I do believe a lot in failing to plan is planning to fail. So I'm a big fan of being able to sit down, take some time well ahead of whatever it is, whatever goals you've set for yourself, and try to just sort of write out steps along the way, like checkpoints. Super cliche, like, how the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, right? Like, so that's silly because elephants don't taste great. But I do like the idea of setting up reasonable goals. So if my goal is I want to be a famous singer, like step number one can't be get discovered and become famous, right? Like there've got to be steps in there somewhere. So, and for some people it's going to be 10 steps, and for some it's going to be 100. So sort of being able to do some self-identification and self-diagnosis and writing down where strengths and weaknesses are. Here's some things that I think I'm good at. Here's some things, or if it's better, you have a hard time self-identifying. What would people say you're good at? What would people say that you're not as great at? Unfortunately, I think a lot of imposter syndrome creeps in there, and people won't identify their strengths as much as their weaknesses. So having friends that'll speak into your life and talk about your strengths and things is helpful.
If there was someone standing in front of you that said, I want to set goals, but it's so hard for me, I set them and I fail, I set them and I fail, what would you tell that person?
I think it comes down to a couple of things. One is not setting realistic goals for yourself, and two is, I think, becoming a victim of self-imposed circumstance. So, I just didn't have time to do that. No, you had time to do that. You just prioritized other things. So I think kind of like really being willing to tell yourself the truth. I think a lot of people, self included, are willing to make excuses for reasons they fail instead of take inventory and understand why things didn't go the way we wanted to and make a difference later on.